Cairo. Good morning. This is Olua Fakola Dev Edin Kaifa Temple. So we are going to embark on performing our Itadogun for the month of May 9th, 2023. So I want to feed Ifa with palm oil and gin just to get this process started. Ifa, please ward off all death, sickness, cases, controversies, ward off fights, litigation, losses, and our advice from all the members of Idinka Ifa Temple. Ward off all death, sickness, cases, controversy, ward off fights, litigation, losses, and our advice from Catherine Omo Lucille, Awajola Omo, Catherine, Ifa Dominino Omo, Deborah, Zaire Omo, Ifa Dominino, Zayd Omo, Ifa Dominino, Robert Omo, Kathy, Fakola de Omo, Kathy, support Annette Omo, Maddie, support Denise Omo, Susanna Omo, Maria, Jags Omo, Denise, support Tanda Caesar Omo, Anista Cree, support Mark Anthony Omo, Merced, support Sanj Omo, Shamila, support all of the members individually and collectively, support Maisha Walker Dean, support all of our family members, Ifa. Guide us, direct us, protect us, and keep us safe, healthy, and keep us whole. Ashe. Guru Grad. Ifa from apples are sitting with apple. Apples not joined and making it a ball. Sure. Adele. Ifa become casting our Itadogun for Idinka Ifa Temple. Please, Olodumare, ward off all death, ward off all sickness, cases, controversy, ward off fights, litigation, losses, and our advice from Ifa Dominino, Deborah, Zaire, Ifa Dominino, Zayden, Ifa Dominino, Fakola, Catherine, Lucille, with Robert Edmonds, Catherine McCoy, Awajola, Catherine, Tandi, Omo, Anissa Cree, Denise, Omo, Susanna, Maria, Jax, Omo, Denise, support Maisha Walker Dean, support Ifa Dada, support my Sanj, Omo Shamina, support Mark Anthony, Omo Merced, support all of our family members, all of our loved ones, support Thea Moye, support all of the members of Idinka Ifa Temple. Guide us, direct us, protect us, keep us safe, healthy, and keep us whole. Those people whose names I mentioned and those names that I haven't mentioned, Ifa, please support us all as we embark on journeys, as we embark on the coming of this Odun Ifa and Ado Kitty. Please support us in traveling and being safe, and our families being safe. Support all of the movements that we will be making within this next 17 days. Ashe. If I when I say this when it's known, do not say no. I'll give you a rare when it is I yo. I speak clearly. Okay, Ifa, what does you do for us today? Ogbewe. Cool. Spouse. Ishagun. Free gifts. Otu Meji. Puerto Rico. Ifa is it elevation and promotion that we are having this Itadogun. Is that the year? Soon. No. Is it peace of mind? Fuck that. Even a peace of mind. Abo, hakuna bo. Idito. Oh, abo. Hey, Abor boy, how's everyone this morning? This is Lord Fakola Day once again. So, I want to share some of the general messages for the Odu that we received. We received the Odu, excuse me, Karen, one ring, Karen, one ring, Karen on the right, a woman on the left. This is also known as uh, Okana Jabule. And this is a very interesting Odu. Um, the things that I would suggest for many of us to be very much aware of at this time is for us to be individuals who, the biggest thing is not to be, I guess, selling the property of our fathers, our mothers. This is not a good time to be selling those properties, squandering inheritance. Please do not sell the property of any of your parents, your ancestors, your loved ones, mainly your parents, because on this Odu, Ifa says that there's a really there's not necessarily a strong possibility. There is a fact that by doing this, you will incur the curses of your ancestors. Now is definitely not the time to do that. Ifa says at this time, we need to be eating on a particular schedule. What I mean by that is avoiding food or avoiding nourishment is not the best thing at this time. To be doing our very best to eat on time, eat on a regular basis. If you're if you have scheduled times of eating, even if you're drinking like smoothies, liquids, IFA supports those things. But not taking in any kind of nourishment for extended period of time is something that will bring us negativity, basically unconsummated fortune, and also it will bring us failure, disappointment, health challenges. Ifa says also at this uh, at this time. One thing that we should also be aware of is we need to uh, inform our children, inform them so that they'll know the value of things. Okay, give them the uh, information that they need so that won't be like cheated or um, or bilked, done wrong, anything like that. We need to be very mindful of giving them the right information because the other thing is sometimes our children may not value the things that we give them, so they need to know the value of them because what can also happen, as I said before, is this Odu is a strong, strong, strong taboo of giving up inheritance. And I'll tell the story in a little bit, but it's very important to show our children the value of the things that they have so that it will not be squandered away. Ifa says at this time, um, please do not engage in any sort of promiscuity. Um, uh, and doing so, doing any sort of promiscuous behavior or anything like that will definitely incur um, the the possibility of sexually transmitted infections. So Ifa is saying, please, 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 please be very aware of that at this time, not to engage in any sort of hopping from one partner to another partner, particularly during this time, is not a good thing. Ifa says also at this moment in time, I would suggest that it's not good for us to be engaging in like e- events where we would ride horses. When we look at this aspect of riding on horseback, what riding horseback kind of looks like is basically a person taking your achievements and benefiting them further for themselves. Like basically how the horse rides and rides and rides, and how many of us ride the back of the horse, but the horse doesn't really get credit. So please be aware not to put ourselves in any sort of position like that because that is a a very real possibility. So, in terms of this, boy, the story behind Karan Ajabule. So, those of you who have participated in like our Friday Night EFA class, one of the things I've talked about is the creation narrative. And in the creation narrative, what ends up happening is around about the third or fourth stage of creation, when the Irumoles are created by Akamara, the 401 Irumole, all of these things. Uh, Aye, the deity, the female deity who is in essence in charge of the earth. And what happens is Aye is very, very lonely. So she's lonely and she admits her loneliness to Akamara. And in the process, Olodumare is created and comes into the picture. After that, Aye is still lonely. So when she's lonely, um, she offers a bow and she gives birth to Ayin. And in essence, what's going on is Aye is already at this moment the caretaker of this solar system. That's why they call Earth Ile Aye. So Aye is the caretaker of this this realm. And what ends up happening is the amount of planets reflect the number of feminine number, and that number is seven. So Ifa says that there were initially seven planets, and that reflected the ownership of Aye. And so what ends up happening is Aye then um, having this child, and Ifa calls Ayin a worthless child, and Ifa calls him a worthless child or stubborn recalcitrant child, mainly because I Ayin takes the the land, the earth, and sells it to another deity known as Olofinotete. And Olofinotete is also known as Oduduwa. Sells it to Oduduwa. And the price that Ayin sells this land to Olofinotete for is for the price of an animal skull. So he takes over, and Olofinotete basically uh, takes on the world, this realm, and comes in, makes it habitable, things like that. But Olodumare, recognizing the the foul up and the injustice of Ayin, changes the planetary orientation. So instead of seven planets, there will be now nine planets to reflect that the fact that Olofino was the caretaker. But uh, Olodumare then gave uh, um, Aye the earth, gave Aye back the earth in order to be the caretaker. What is Ifa saying? One, we have to be very, very mindful of our children in the sense of them being perhaps stubborn, recalcitrant, and not knowing the value of things. And what how does that kind of reflect? That reflects in, a child that might have, they might be blessed with these particular toys or these particular things, and then all of a sudden they just either destroy their toys or other people's toys, or they don't value um, the things that they have. Like if they have sports tools, if they have, or excuse me, sports equipment, they might leave that off to the side, and someone comes and picks it up and walks away with it. This idea, these are kind of practical ways that we see that the children perhaps don't know the value of the thing that they are in possession of or that they are in caretake of. And what Ifa is saying is that these kinds of things can be perhaps taken from not only the child, but also the family. And that's part of the reason why Ifa is saying it is not a good idea at this time to be selling the the uh, the properties, the land, the possessions of our parents and ancestors, because what Ifa is saying is that um, what can happen is aspects of ancestral curse and or situations where these young people can be manipulated, swindled, all of those things. Okay. Ifa advises us to give information to all of our children um, equally, in such that we avoid a situation where that child will be um, cheated, misinformed. They need to know. Ifa says in this Odu that the youth, our children, our offspring, need to know information, particularly so that when we pass away, or if we are not uh, present, they will not be uh, uh, swindled, bilked, stolen from, all of those things. Ifa says that we will be very, very, very successful because many of the people in Edinkai Ifa temple are children of Ifa from heaven. So, as a result of this, there's a need for us to do our very best to follow what Ifa says. As we need to take into account what Ifa says at all times and do what Ifa says. We need to embrace Ifa, embrace Olodumare as our personal pillar of support. And the things that we do as we make moves throughout the day, throughout our life, we need to inquire of those forces. What should we do? How should we do this? Okay. Um, Ifa says at this time, it is not the best to be moving from place to place. What I mean by that is changing our location or moving out of a place. Why? Because Ifa says that you will be successful in one spot. This Odu is very much, as I said before, about that, about the land, about owning land, about having all of these things. Ifa also says that we need to be very, very close to Obatala. We need to feed Obatala, particularly so that all the free gifts, all the blessings will be ours. All right. And with that, everything should go very well. Let me see if there's any questions, comments in the chat. Okay. Just one. All right. So, in terms of that, let us see what Ifa will accept as Ebo. Ifa, Ebo for us to be absolutely successful is that Ebo Akore with 4 rats for fish for every one of us at Indian Kaifa Temple to be very, very, very successful and have the blessings of Ifa. Ramos. No. Elbow of Akure, feed Ifa with a she goat, feed Obatala with 8 land snails. With that, we will be in all Ire. Oh, no. Osa lesson. Ashe. All right. So let us prepare. Uh, okay. So we'll be offering a bowl. I would suggest that we offer a bowl ASAP. So my plan is to offer a bowl before the end of this week. Um, so by Sunday. So those of you who would like to contribute, please do so online. The information is below. Also, this Friday, we will be having our conversations with Ifa. So if you're interested, you can join us online. I'll post the flyer on Instagram and whatnot. So we'll do it that way. Okay. All right. Okay. If I would come offering Ebo for come offering Cabo Eshu for the Kai for Temple. Ward off death, ward off sickness, cases, controversy, ward off fires, litigation, losses, our fires. Zero bed. We'll see that level about. Use this year to ward off all evil things from us. Ward off sickness, ward off death, ward off losses, ward off fights, ward off litigation, ward off conflicts, ward off evil and danger from us. Bring forth to us thy love. Give us life. Give us the spouse, the children, safe travel, healing, joy, all victory. I share, I pour out both, and she shared. Kawana Jabule, Kawana Jabule, Castifa for Aye when she was living a lonely life. She was a vice sufferable, she gave birth to Aye. Castifa for Aye. Why is the child running about who gave up the land? Solo Fino Tete. Ifa, support us so that we will not give up the possessions of our family members, of our mainly our elders, our loved ones. Support us so that we will have wealth. We will have the blessings of Ifa. Help us to stand firm so that we can manifest and actualize our destiny. Ashe famonika bofin, famonika bodai, famonika bolato fijibe bon logifa. Ashe, if I would come offering, we'll offer a bow with akore, two hens, two pigeons, two guinea fowls, um, 2 hens, 2 pigeons, 2 roosters, 2 guinea fowls. We'll feed a fowl with 1 she goat. We'll feed Obatala with 8 land snails. If I push away death from us, push away sickness, we paid for sickness, we paid for losses, paid for fights, paid for litigation, we paid for all evil and danger, we paid to ward off all witchcraft, we paid to ward off all challenges along the road, in the air, ward off all challenges along the path, ward off challenges in all aspects of our life, ward off evil. Bring forth to us long life. Give us wealth. Give us good spouse. Give us good children. Give us peace of mind. Give us joy. Give us success, healing, and give us peace of mind and settlement. Ashe. Guru Guru Wed. Andifafu. Or to as you can drink, or to as you can buy. All right. As I said before, we'll be offering a bow. My plan is to be offering a bow before the end of the week. So those of you, please feel free to contribute, make your donations, and Ashe. Thank you for joining us once again. This is Idinka Ifa Temple tapping out.
Alone for this time, returning to the peace of my mind.